The women. Audrey Hepburn. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Givenchy called her the ideal woman. Sophia Loren. Two women. Won the Oscar in 1961. At 91 in 2026, still the most photographed woman of her generation. Brigitte Bardot. And God-created woman. Retired at 39. Sold her jewels and villas to fund animal welfare. Brigitte Bardot said, "I gave my beauty and my youth to men. I am now giving my wisdom and experience to animals." She meant every word. Marilyn Monroe. The misfits. Some like it hot. She lived for only 36 years, but her image became one of the most recognizable in the history of cinema. Marilyn Monroe died before the decade was 3 years old. Yet no face is more permanently connected to the glamour, vulnerability, and mythology of the 1960s. Elizabeth Taylor. Cleopatra. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Violet Eyes. 2 Oscars, 8 marriages. Julie Christie. Dr. Zhivago. Darling. Won the Oscar. The face that defined 60s London cool. Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins. The Sound of Music. Won an Oscar with her first film and became one of the most beloved stars in screen history. Julie Andrews filmed Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music almost back to back. In less than 2 years, she went from Broadway star to global icon. Catherine Deneuve. Belle de Jour. Buñuel's muse. Truffaut's muse. Still the most beautiful French woman alive. Jane Fonda. Barbarella. Clute. 2 Oscars. 3 climate arrests. The decade gave her the platform. She never stopped using it. Audrey Hepburn, Sophia Loren, Brigitte Bardot, or Marilyn Monroe. Who was the definitive 60s beauty? One name. Drop it. Ursula Andress. Dr. No. The white bikini emerging from the ocean. Arguably the most iconic entrance in Bond history. Anne Margaret. Viva Las Vegas. Elvis called her the only woman who ever made him nervous on set. Priscilla Presley reportedly demanded Anne Margaret's scenes in Viva Las Vegas be cut. The chemistry with Elvis was too obvious. The studio refused. Rita Moreno. West Side Story. Won the Oscar in 1962 and later became one of the very few performers to complete the legendary EGOT. Natalie Wood. West Side Story. Splendor in the Grass. 3 Oscar nominations before she turned 25. Raquel Welch. 1 Million Years BC. That fur bikini poster became the best-selling pinup image of the entire decade. Tippi Hedren. The Birds. Marnie. Hitchcock introduced her as the mysterious new blonde who could appear elegant even while being attacked by hundreds of birds. Sharon Tate. Valley of the Dolls. The Fearless Vampire Killers. One of the decade's most luminous young stars, and one of Hollywood's most tragic unfinished stories. Sharon Tate was only 26 when she died. More than half a century later, photographs of her still look startlingly modern. Tuesday Weld. Pretty Poison. The Cincinnati Kid. A cult beauty who was always more interesting than her roles allowed. Vanessa Redgrave. Blow Up. Camelot. An Oscar, a BAFTA, and one of the most enduring careers in British cinema. Claudia Cardinale. Once Upon a Time in the West. The Italian star Sergio Leone and Luchino Visconti both built films around. Sergio Leone cast Claudia Cardinale in Once Upon a Time in the West specifically because he wanted a face that could hold its own against Henry Fonda, Charles Bronson, and Jason Robards simultaneously. She did. Anouk Aimée. A Man and a Woman. The French actress whose sad eyes and quiet grace defined European cinema at its most elegant. Shirley MacLaine. The Apartment. Irma La Douce. Funny, fearless, and completely unlike the carefully controlled Hollywood stars who came before her. Jacqueline Bisset. Bullet. The Sweet Ride. A British beauty whose natural style helped define the transition from polished studio glamour to the freer look of the late 1960s. Faye Dunaway. Bonnie and Clyde. The Thomas Crown Affair. The Sharpest Cheekbones in Hollywood. Candice Bergen. The Group. Carnal Knowledge. Miss Piggy's voice actress. Murphy Brown. One of the most complete careers of her generation. Which woman on this list surprised you the most? Then or now? Drop her name below. The men. Paul Newman, Cool Hand Luke. Butch Cassidy, donated $600 million to charity. Steve McQueen, Bullet, The Great Escape, the coolest man alive in 1968. Drove the chase scene himself. The director didn't get a choice. Steve McQueen was already a competitive racing driver when he made Bullet. He performed the entire chase himself, 110 miles per hour through San Francisco streets. The studio's insurance company never found out. Sean Connery, Dr. No, Goldfinger, Bond. Voted sexiest man alive by People magazine at 59. Rock Hudson, Seconds, Lover Come Back. 6'5", perfectly tailored, and one of the last great leading men created by the Hollywood studio system. Rock Hudson spent the 1950s playing the ideal romantic hero. In the 1960s, Seconds allowed him to reveal the fear, loneliness, and darkness behind the perfect image. Alain Delon, Purple Noon, Le Samurai, the most beautiful man in French cinema history. Passed in August 2024 at 88. Marcello Mastroianni, La Dolce Vita, Fellini's alter ego. Made 12 films with Sophia Loren. She called him my other half. Gregory Peck, To Kill a Mockingbird, Cape Fear. The face of dignity, intelligence, and moral authority in American cinema. Marlon Brando, Mutiny on the Bounty, Reflections in a Golden Eye. The most influential actor of his generation. Sidney Poitier, In the Heat of the Night. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? The first black man to win the Academy Award for Best Actor, and one of the decade's most important screen presences. In 1967 alone, Sidney Poitier starred in 3 major box office successes. He wasn't simply breaking barriers, he was one of the biggest movie stars in the world. Clint Eastwood, A Fistful of Dollars, still here at 95. Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Sean Connery, or Alain Delon, who was the greatest male beauty of the 1960s? Tell us. Robert Redford, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Golden hair, blue eyes, American Son. Warren Beatty, Bonnie and Clyde, Shampoo. He reportedly dated more Hollywood actresses than any man in history. He's never confirmed or denied. Peter O'Toole, Lawrence of Arabia, 8 Oscar nominations, 0 wins. Honorary Oscar in 2003. Omar Sharif, Dr. Zhivago, Lawrence of Arabia, Egyptian-born, the most unexpected leading man Hollywood had ever seen. Montgomery Clift, The Misfits, Freud, sensitive, intense, and heartbreakingly fragile. Montgomery Clift's final years were so difficult that they were later described as the longest suicide in Hollywood history. Charlton Heston, Planet of the Apes, El Cid, the monumental face Hollywood trusted to carry history, religion, and the end of civilization. James Garner, Grand Prix, The Great Escape, effortlessly handsome, naturally funny. William Shatner, Star Trek, Captain James T. Kirk, the television role that looked like a modest science fiction job in 1966 and became a permanent part of global culture. Terrence Stamp, Billy Budd, The Collector, Oscar nomination at 23. Dirk Bogarde, The Servant, Death in Venice. Visconti called him the most beautiful man he had ever put in front of a camera. Albert Finney, Tom Jones, Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, raw, working class, magnetic.